Sup guys, Moon here, and today I'm going to be talking about and reviewing Final Fantasy 14 starting from the very beginning, patch 2.1, and I'm going to be doing an episode for each and every patch that came out for Final Fantasy leading into Stormblood, and I'm also going to be talking about Stormblood as well. You know, I feel like after playing this game, having a play time of over 365 days, that's over a year worth of playing. I feel like I'm probably very qualified to talk about this game, and I'm not like those other channels that's just reviewing games just to review it. I'm going to be talking about a game that I say that, that I love. I mean, I love this game. I did love this game. I would say that this is probably my favorite game that I've ever played. I mean, I put a lot of time into this game, and I always wanted to talk about each and every patch about this game because I feel like it marks a time in 14 that I don't want to forget. I don't want people to forget this. The good times, the bad times, because, I'm going to be honest, this game, went through some rough points, but, we're going to go through that if, you experienced anything different. I mean, during these patches that, I may have missed over or just brushed aside, please let me know in the comments. Hit the sub button, hit the like button. If you want to see more, I'm coming out with more. I'm going to be going over all of 14 in depth. So if you're interested about that, if you love 14, you'll want to check this out. But all right, let's get started. I want to try to not pause as much as possible, but no promises. Hold on. Actually, let me at least go down and see when did this trailer was published. It was published in December 6, 2013. So, because I know I definitely started in about January, February, right after 2.1, maybe 2.2. So I started in 2014. Oh, that's funny. I thought I started in 2013. So, okay, all right. So this was published in, 2013. This, so for anybody knows. So it's currently right now 2018. So this was almost 5 years ago now. We're going on the 5th year of A Realm Reborn. This is crazy. Oh. I mean, okay, so they're opening up with the Crystal Tower. This was the first 24-man raid in Final Fantasy 14. Before this patch, 14 was very bare. It didn't really have anything. Didn't really have trials of any sort. No 24-man raid. I don't think Bahamut came out yet, but these trailers will let me know when did exactly Bahamut come out and, the coils. But, the Crystal Tower, the first part of it, it was good. I heard no complaints with it. When I finally got to it, in A Realm Reborn during the end, I liked it, fighting the King Behemoth and stuff. He was a freaking beast. Right now they're showing off the Wolves Den. This, I guess, was the first PvP in Final Fantasy. So they opened up with PvP. Holy shit. So they had a 24-man raid and a PvP section that they showed off. And the whole Wolves Den in general, PvP was not that good. I'm just gonna go by that real quick, but PvP wasn't that good when it came out. But is it good now? All right, so next part, they're showing off housing. Holy shit! You know the thing, the real end game to 14, the real end game. Holy shit! I thought I stopped it. I mean, the mist, the goblet, lavender beds. I spent a lot of time, you know, in these zones. You know, I'm not saying why, but it's a good time. People say this is the actual end game, you know, and this is pretty much a lot of people. This is what they focus on. They, you know, everything else, the raids and everything is cool, but you know, there's a whole community out there that this only focus on housing, RP life, you know, all that stuff. You know, you really don't need to fight in this game too much. I mean, it is an MMO for a reason. You know, MMO, massive multiplayer online game. I mean, I guess they're showing off the different things you could potentially do and customize your housing. Customizing is legit in this game. You know, the housing area is pretty good, I would say. It has its flaws. I'm not going to go into that, but for the most part, the housing is a plus. So this was a good addition. And the Moogle King, I guess this is the first trial, main story trial in the A Realm Reborn. Well, in the follow-up to the original main story, because at this point, I mean, you already, you know, went against Garleans, you know, rebelled against them, and you know, stopped the ultimate weapon. You're pretty much the savior of Eorzea at this point. Well, up and coming. And okay, they're showing off the Beast Tribe. Of course, I mean, they usually come out with a Beast Tribe, but this looks like they came out with two. The Sylph one and the other one. Treasure hunts. So, guys, I want you, hold on. I want you to keep tab of the amount of content that is going to be in this patch. And this is 10 minutes long. We're about halfway into it. I want you to keep count to it and tell me, and just look at the current one. Look at this one. Look at the current one. Now, don't get me wrong. This is the first patch that's coming out to a fresh new MMO. It should be big. I know this. It should be big. It should have a lot of stuff in there for people to do. But I mean, was they on the right track with this? I mean, because nobody likes a downsize. I mean, did they blow their load? Did they give us too much? You're finally able to customize your character in you know, hairstyles and painting them and stuff. They probably came out with that Fantasia at that point too. The Hildebrand quest, first edition to the series. Very wacky stuff, showing off a little bit of humor. Dude, I wish I was endgame during this point. This looks like a really fun point in the game. Right here, they're showing off probably one of the hardest dungeons in the game. Pharaoh Sirius, get fucked. I mean, I think it's one of the hardest. Level 50 dungeon. Just this, I mean, definitely an adventure, like I would say. Off to a good start. Showing the breast off, you know. Good old Square Enix. I see you, Bobiz. Oh shit! And then the Hawk Manor, I would say, probably one of the best dungeons as well. Damn, they're good. They're just some good dungeons right here. You know, Hawk Manor, hard mode is just fun. It's very short, sweet. Shows off a lot of mechanics. Shows off the stuff that they can do in a dungeon. You know, testing their end game community. In the original Hawk Manor was also great. I like that one a little bit more. And holy shit, is this Copper Bell Mines? Holy crap! So hold on. So hold up. So what's they came out is PvP housing, a Hildebrand side quest, a new trial so far, and 3 new dungeons so far. Is these 3 dungeons in a patch? That's crazy, right? Like in Final Fantasy, that's a lot of fucking stuff. Like, I could just imagine being endgame and just like looking at this trailer and it's like what? Like, I'm still just leveling stuff. Holy shit. No, what the fuck? Did they just... Is this the duty roulette? We now have access to the duty roulette? So what was they doing before? Like, if it's not the duty roulette, was they just finding parties and potentially queuing with them? Like, I mean, I had to ask somebody. I'm like, because I don't think I experienced this, like, a no duty roulette ever in Final Fantasy, because this is a little before my time. I mean, this patch came out before I even played, so I always had a duty roulette. I don't think it was that good when it first came out. Wait, hold on. How many are they going through trials now? What the fuck? So they're just doing all the trials like from the original story, just all at once. Just fuck it. All new mechanics. I don't like how they're showing off the mechanics in the trailer. Like, that was like the hardest part. I mean, maybe it was intentional. I think they wanted you to clear this. They wanted people to clear this in a way. But I mean, it was hard. It was still hard. I mean, I still hear people talk about it. Ifrit. Of course. I mean, I remember doing all these trials. And I would say my favorite is the Garuda one. Then Titan. Then Ifrit. Garuda was probably the... I would say Ifrit's the easiest. I would say Garuda's then up, and then Titan's probably the hardest. I was carried in Titan. I was legit carried. Holy shit. And in Ultima. Fuck, Ultima hard mode. Like, Mistral Ballot. That's fucking crazy. So, how many trials was that? Like, that's like 5 fucking trials. It's 5 trials, 3 dungeons, a side story. Did they show off the Beast Tribes? I think they showed off Beast Tribes. 24-man raid. Holy crap. And I'm not even going through the patch notes of like what this patch brought to the table. Story mode, of course. Like, you know, you're going to get your story in a Final Fantasy. You're going to get it. Oh, who is that? Oh, man. The story was pretty good, too. Patch 2.2. Can we talk about that fake wannabe World of Warcraft logo? What is this? I never seen this. A Realm Reborn. Like, why does it look like it's by some vampire cult or something? Like, what is... I don't know. Definitely some World of Warcraft vibes going on. Let's just stop with that. I mean, are they trying to mimic World of Warcraft? I mean, looking at this, I mean, it didn't look like it was... I mean, it just looked like Final Fantasy. I never seen anything like that in any other MMO that I seen, and I'm coming from Guild Wars 2 at the time, and Guild Wars 2 was not like that. But all right, I think that is. Let me see if there's anything at the end. Oh, and who is that? Who is that, Asian? Over 1.5 million adventurers worldwide. out April 2014 on the PS4. So they're already teasing the PS4. Now, when I first started playing, I was on the PS3. So that means I was playing before the PS4 came out on for PS A Realm Reborn. I mean, it didn't matter to me at the time. You know, the PS3 I felt ran the game, you know, pretty well for A Realm Reborn at the time. But I think that ends this video, and up next I will be talking about patch 2.2, the follow-up to this one. I think came out, let me just click into it, see how long like these patch cycles usually went for. So March, so December, January, February, March. So like not even like 3 months later, they're already pushing another patch. No way. I mean, I wonder what they can follow up with. That's, you know, after that. I mean, so much content in that first one, but I mean, it's the follow up to a new MMO. It's expected, you know. I get it. I'm not gonna push it too far, but all right, that ends it. I will catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to hit that sub button so you know when the next one comes out, and I will talk to you later. Peace out, guys.